Okay, so now let's look at the guided practice. So they ask us for these first four to just find each angle or side. So the first one they ask us to find is JK. JK, just kidding, except I'm not. We're going to have to find it. So JK, we know is equal to 7x, but it's not enough to say that. We need to actually find it. What do we know, though, about JK and LM? We know that they are congruent. So to get x, we can simply set 7x equal to 3x plus 14. Subtract 3x. And you get 4x equals 14. Divide by 4, and you get x is either 7 over 2 or 3.5, however you want to write it. Either way, we know x, so we can come up here and plug in. So this is going to be 7 times 3.5, which gives you 24.5. Okay, then they ask you to find LM. Well, LM, notice, is this side, but it's just 3x plus 14. So LM is equal to 3x plus 14. We already found x, so let's not reinvent the wheel. It's going to be 3 times 3.5 plus 14, which again, they're congruent, so it should get you the same thing. If it doesn't, we need to go back and check our math. But it does. So we're Gucci. Okay, next one. They ask us to find the measure of angle L. So angle L is right here. It's 2z minus 3. But what's our problem? We don't know z. However, what do we know about angles that are side by side? Consecutive angles add to 180. So let's do that. 2z minus 3 plus 5z minus 6 equals 180. 2z plus 5z is 7z. Negative 3 minus 6 minus 9 equals 180. Add 9 to both sides. I'm going to get 7z equals 189. Divide by 7, and we get z equals 27. So at this point, I can go and plug it in, plug it in. 2 times 27 minus 3 for angle L, which would get me 51 degrees. For M, we know that M is 5z minus 6. So let's just, I know what z is, let's plug it in. If you do that, that should get you 129 degrees. Now, just like on the last pair, we can check ourselves. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. 51 plus 129 gives you 180. Okay, we're good. They add to 180, so we did it right. Okay, next one. Determine if each quadrilateral must be a parallelogram. Justify your answer. In other words, you can't just tell me yes, no, yes, no. You gotta say yes because blah, blah, blah. But don't write blah, blah, blah. I would still count that wrong. So let's look at the first one, number 5. Does this look like a picture from either the front of the notes or the back of the notes? Yes, it does. So can this one be a parallelogram? Yes. We have opposite angles are congruent. Therefore, it can be a parallelogram. Okay, what about number 6? No. It's got some good stuff going on, but it doesn't have the right stuff. So no. You can either say both sets of sides have to be parallel, but I'm going to say both diagonals must bisect each other. Okay, 7's a little tricky. It's a tricky Nicky. So they tell us a set of sides are congruent. Then they tell us 2 angles are congruent. Well, what kind of angles are these 2 angles? These are alternate interior. And they're congruent, so what's that mean about the 2 parallel lines here? Or the 2 lines, sorry, I told you the answer. They've got to be parallel. So now, can this be a parallelogram? Yes. We have one set of opposite sides are parallel and congruent. Perfecto. Okay, the last one. Find the values of A and B that would make the quadrilateral a parallelogram. Again, this one's a little tricky, but hey, at least we're doing it together. So now I'm going to highlight my variables. I'm going to highlight the A's in green. so I can see where they're at. And then I'm going to go back and highlight my B's in pink. Ruh-roh. I only have one B. So that means I have to find A first. Which means I have to start with a pair of sides that both have A. And that I know they have to be equal. So 2A plus 6 has to equal 3A minus 10. So that's where I'm going to start. 3A minus 10 equals 2A plus 6. Subtract 2A from both sides. And we get A minus 10 equals 6. Add 10. And we get A equals 16. Now, so that's my A. That's one answer. A is 16. Case closed. Now I've got to find B. So I'm going to say 6B minus 3 equals 5A plus 1. Well, notice I know what A is already. I know that 5A plus 1 has to be 5 times 16 plus 1, which is 81. So this simplifies to 6B minus 3 equals 81. Add your 3. You get 6B equals 84. Divide by 6, and you'll get that B equals 14. OBKB. So that's our guided practice. 8 problems we did together. There's a total of 26 on your assignment. So that leaves you with, 18 to work on. So hop to it. If you have questions, you know how to reach me.